The anchor's views and statements on the preceding program does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology, Philippine Broadcasting Service, Marina News FM Management and staff.
Okay. So again, buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. And of course, to our students out there, students who are with the National Service Training Program or the NSTP. This is our second leg of our lecture series. And this time, we will be talking about how to protect our environment. The other time that we had our lecture, it was more on how we are going to prepare ourselves for disaster risk reduction, and of course how to lessen the impact of disaster, how to lessen the impact of hazard to our day-to-day activity. But before I go forward, I would like to show you first, to those who are on live streaming, on the actual postage of what we have done as CSEMST, as we have geared the institution as an environmental college. Of course, we always do our part in protecting and preserving the environment. So in your screen now, of course, we have our Campus B. Of course, we are very proud to say that Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology it's a campus forest. What I mean by campus forest is that we maintain our campus green. We always plant everything we could see, and that is that could be planted in our institutions. And for those who haven't visited CSCMST, I guess you have to come and visit us. We also have our bird sanctuary in our campus B, or we might say our annex site B, wherein we host at least 40 plus migrating birds all over the world. So medyo we are proud to say that we were able to keep this area as an ecotourism, a system that help our environment, not only land, not only by air, but by sea as well. Okay? So again, why did I show this earlier before anything else? Because I would like to show you how diverse the institution. We live up to our name as a state college that really have to look into the environment, to protect the environment, and to do what is best for our environment. Okay? So, as you could see, that's our aerial view of our campus B, or the annex site B, where we have our College of Fisheries and Marine Sciences, or the College, yes, Marine College of Marine College of Fisheries and Marine Sciences. Okay, I'm sorry. So that's our main campus. Of course, the red, actually, we're supposed to have our green roofing, but because we need to support also our city, considering the entire area is with red roofing, we started from our Port Pilar Shrine, so we have to have our roofing as red. But of course, with the ZSMST name prominent with our gym, so by air, you could really see where is the SCMST. Okay, there you have our birds walking in our wetland. Actually, those white birds are the great white egrets. And we would like to inform you that first time in the Philippines, we were able to record the first egret hatching in the Philippines. Of course, you might be saying, why is Mr. Trio talking about this? He is not an authority on birds. But of course, I am not. At the Philippine Wild Birds Club of the Philippines, of course, and the DNR gave us that data. So I could say that I could be proud to say with their data, they have said that white egret dito lang sa CSCMST nag-hatch for the first time. Okay, so we are proud about it. Why are we proud about it? Because we were able to protect the area. We were able to support system that not necessarily by fisheries alone, but of course our birds. So they come over to CSMST because they felt safe. Okay? So there you have our forest, our mangrove forest. You can come over and do jogging, walking, brisk walking, and of course the wonder of the mangrove that gives us fresh, very fresh atmosphere. Okay, you will be able to really distinguish when you got into our mangrove forest. Then you will be able to feel the lighter feeling or the lighter atmosphere of our air. So that it means carbon dioxide was sucked already by the trees and was already filtered our air. So that's how ZSC MST. Okay, so of course that is our Fort Pilar Shrine. We are very much safe. Of course, we always respect the shrine with all religions around. I myself, as a Protestant, I always do believe on the sanctuary, on the wonder, the magic, or the tranquility of this place, of the shrine. So to our students who are enrolled now in NSTP, I know you have not visited yet ZSC MST, your alma mater soon. This is your second home away from your home. So hopefully then we will be able to open our school by January. Then you will be able to visit us. But of course, we have really to consider all the issues and concerns for us to be able to welcome you here in our institution. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our sanctuary, our ZSC MST as an environmental hub within the main city. Okay, so this time we are going to go straight with our lecture series. Again, this is Roderick Ducotrio, the concurrent Dean of the Student Affairs and Academic Services, at the same time the focal person for safety and environment. Of course, the in charge also of the Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office of the institution. And of course, before I go forward, as what our DJ earlier, Sir Lando Bisaya, si Sir Lando, the very funny faculty of the Physical Education Department, made mention that the Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology is in full force in support of our national vaccination days that will be on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That is November 29, November 30, December 1, as this is being declared by our president that these 3 days are allocated for vaccination. So again, to our students out there, if you really would like to see us, if you really would like to be in school for the limited face-to-face, then have yourself vaccinated. Although it's not mandatory, but we always encourage you to. You always have to protect yourselves and also bring your family if you would like to, your mother, your father, your brothers and sisters. You can come over to ZSCMST at 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock noon for our vaccination. Actually, why did we say at 12? Because we would like to count all of those who are inside the gymnasium to be vaccinated, so you are really sure that you have your vaccines with us. So we would like also to remind our vaccinees that please don't come to the vaccination center at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But of course, you need to consider also the frontliners have their limitations as well. So we'll be allowing you until 12. So it means those who are already in the gymnasium, then we are going to finish all the process. And of course, we have to finish also timely, that we will also be giving preference to our health and our situation as well. Kasi daw hindi man tamen bueno na hasta man alas 10 kita del de noche ta sirbi. Kose lang pa sa diaton mga pamilyares na casa ta espera tamen. So it means we need to balance support and activity as well. So tiene conmigo kenta lamaki si Ralph. So Ralph legoy kalama kay taki paitan anchor. Okay? So again, my concern this afternoon is on environmental education. So when we talk about environment and education, what are those situations that we need to consider? Okay? So I hope our listeners out there, our students out there will be able, who are in the respective homes, okay? So chat down on some considerations. Although I may not be able to give all, but what I would like to really give emphasis this afternoon is the value of protection to our environment, because if we have the value, if we have the attitude, if we have knowledge, if we have also the character to be doing so, then it should not be mandated by anyone else, but it should be innate. It should be coming from your heart, adentro, sulod sa puso nato na, and we will be able to do better situation for our environment. Okay, so the environment plays the most important significant role in the preservation and survival of every life form on the face of the earth. So when we talk about it, what do we have? The earth is composed of environment, whether it's the sea, on land, and on air. Okay, it's part of our survival. If our environment is not in support of us, then what will be our situation? It is from the environment itself that we get the benefits of various natural resources such as land, water, and air. So if you're going to take note on that, keep emphasis on land, water, and air. If you don't take care of it, so what will happen? What will happen to you? Where will you be? Okay? So the environment needs to be protected and saved at all costs. When we talk about needs to be protected and saved at all costs, it means it should be every inch of our action. We should always consider and value the place where we are. Okay? Due to various harmful human and human-made activities, the environment has been subjected to irreparable damage. When we talk about irreparable damage, it means we have extended, okay, the damage caused to the environment as what you could expect for now. Okay, let's talk about the situation now. Ngayon, maybe out there you feel very warm. Ang init ng situation. Why? Can you see trees around your homes? Can you see trees around your surrounding? Where are the trees? Okay? Let us consider development. But hindi ba dapat, if there's development, there's always what we call consideration to the environment. Hindi dapat makompromise yung environment. Hindi dapat makompromise si Nara tree. Hindi dapat makompromise si mango tree kung magtatayo tayo ng building. Dapat yung architectural design should always conform to what the situation is. What is happening now? Pagtatayo tayo ng bahay, pinapatay natin si puno kasi tatayuan natin ang bahay. Kung sasabihin ko lang, ang kapal ng mukha nyo, ang puno ando na. Nung tatayuan nyo na, papatayin nyo siya. O diba? It's so illogical. So bakit hindi na lang tayo to deal with the situation? Kung andun si puno, mag-isip tayo para para gawin natin si puno at saka si bahay ay sabay na uusbong at magiging responsible to each other. Of course, meron tayong sinasabi na we need also to do maintenance. Pwede natin siyang putulan ng konti, but not to the extent of killing the puno. Okay? So, dapat hindi irreparable damage. When we cause damage a little to our environment, pwede nating i-recover. Okay? So, later on, we will discuss further on all of this. So, the environmental damage leads to other crises of global warming, floods, drought, etc. Last 2 weeks ago, we have discussed about disaster risk reduction management. What are those concerns? Bakit nagkakaroon ng natural disaster? Meron man-made disaster. Saan yun galing? Eto naman ngayon, we go on a specific note. We are talking about human-induced damage to environment. Bakit? Nasobraan natin. Para bang si environment can only support 100% to life. Pero si life naman, tayo naman, we would like to get 150% from the environment. So, di ba illogical? To the extent na hindi na nakabreathe, hindi na humihinga si environment. Okay? So, maybe I'm talking about on a hypothetical basis, but lagay na lang natin sa sitwasyon na ganito. Pag yung isang sitwasyon ay na-overused mo, okay, eto, si puno ng mangga, It's a natural tree. It's give us fruits. Pero kung maliit pa lang yung puno, maliit pa lang yung bunga pala ng puno, kinakain mo na kaagad, how could that give us the extent of its products? Hindi na siya nakakabigay sa atin ng pure 100% satisfaction because maliit pa lang, kinatay mo na. Okay? So that's a very simple logic that I would like to impart to everyone. When we talk about damages, again, meron siyang kalakip na pagsubok. Okay? Papasok na si global warming. Okay, global warming, we're talking about climate change. Although hindi naman sinasabing pag in a climate change setup na pag grabe na yung ulan, climate change na yon. Ang point doon is yung epekto ng grabe yung buhos ng ulan. Saan ba galing yun? Bakit nagkakaroon? So nagiging iba yung landscape ngayon ng klima because of what we have done to our earth. Okay? So bakit nagkakaroon ng floods? Bakit nagkakaroon ng tuyo? Okay? So I guess our listeners now will always can understand what I'm trying to say here. Noon, sabi pa ng nanay at tatay natin, pag umuulan, hindi naman gaano kadami ang tubig. Pero ngayon, pag umulan, pasok hanggang bahay natin. So that alone can give you a differentiation of what was before and now. Kung before merong grabe yung ulan, hindi pa nakakapasok sa bahay. Pero ngayon, grabe na yung ulan, pumapasok na sa bahay kasi nagbabaha na. So, pag isipin natin yung sitwasyon na yon, saan nang galing? Paano nangyari yon? Okay? So, let's take note on that. Okay. So, if we do not take immediate measure to preserve and rescue the environment, it will have a revenge and negative impact upon us. So, what do you mean by that? Revenge and negative impact upon us. Paano ba? Hindi naman siya tao na nagre-revenge, but worse. If there is excessive cutting of trees in the mountains, saan ba parating umuulan? Saan ba parating merong sinasabi nating landslide? Saan ba parating merong sinasabi nating sa Tagalog pag gumuguho yung lupa? Di ba sa mountains, na monte? So, por qué? It means nuay maya ken agarako nel monte. Kay nuay maya kita mga flora, nuay maya kita mga trees, nuay maya kita mga sagbut, kay todo siya kabaya mata. Of course, we cannot go away that sometimes there are also need for us to be able to make things work. Pag sinabi na nating livelihood, sometimes it becomes an issue as well. But of course, we don't need to, we are not supposed to really do worse to our environment because adversely, it will always go back to us. When the mountains wala ng puno, pag umulan, who would now hold water kung hindi pa para papunta sa ating mga sa low-level areas? Okay, there are always reasons why this earth was made by God, by our Creator. And there are reasons why. Amoyakel, si Cheneman kita mga monte, if we have mountains, there will always be trees. There will always be vegetations. There will always be all sort of natural wonders that God gave us. But eto naman ngayon si human. God gave human all the rights to be doing so until to the extent that human wasn't able to control. So there you have. Nagkakaroon tayo ng floodings, nagkakaroon tayo ng delubyo, nagkakaroon tayo ng landslide, nangangamatay yung mga kababayan natin. Okay, the most vulnerable people are those who are staying in those areas, who are trying to make livelihood out of what they can get into the environment. But of course, unfortunately, there are also the very first one who are caught to the situation. Okay? But of course, there are also situations that we go beyond. Okay? There are people who extensively rape our forests. When we talk about extensively rape, Hindi lang siya rape na malumanay. Rape as in rape talaga. Kahit yung maliliit na puno, pinuputol for them to be able to satisfy their greed of money. I may be sound amo ko sila judgmental on this. I may not be, but of course lessons, experiences have gave us these lessons for us to be able to tell our students now. We are always asked by everyone to plant trees, to grow trees. Bakit hindi natin tatanungin, saan pala yung mga puno na tinanim ninyo noon? Bakit kami ngayon ang magpa-plant? Okay? So those are very simple questions that we are asked. But of course, I've been asking this since then. I started to work for our environment as well as an environment advocacy. When we go planting trees, we need to see to it grows. When we talk to our counterparts, we need to exchange views on how we are going. We are extending our support to preserve and protect the environment. Okay? So, these are all given in that situation. So, again, we may be sargraping of the past, but this time we need to consider what we can do. Ika nga sa mga scientists natin, there is no even proof for now what we are doing helps in mitigating climate change. They kept on telling us, you go plant trees, you do all of this. But until now, I am asking myself, they themselves are even saying, it may be a point that we can do, but at least we are doing our part. We can do something. Kung hindi man siya, kung ang Pilipinas hindi man magiging malaking suporta, but at least ginagawa ng Pilipinas. If I came across with this article, I guess 2 weeks ago, there's again another conference. Hindi ko lang talaga nakuha anong country in Europe, wherein they're talking about how the emissions now. We are talking about before at 1.5, we are talking about up to, now they're talking about 2.1 something. And there are countries that are already telling, please, big countries, help us. We may not be having the financial support, but who are getting way out of it? You big countries are the one enjoying, but we smaller countries are the ones suffering. And there are also countries that soon will be wiped out in the face of the earth if they should not start doing something now. So, sa Pilipinas, do we need to wait for that? Sana naman, Lord. Okay? There can be many ways to bring about environmental protection. So, yung sinasabi ko, there are so many ways to. In our simple homes, in our simple areas, nagplantito-plantita ka na ba sa bahay mo? Our dear students, are you planting malunggay? Matawag ba natin tree yung malunggay? Basta sabi natin malunggay, it's life. Okay? So why am I saying this? Because at home, hindi dapat mawala ng malunggay. Of course, alam ko si Sir DJ Dahay, meron siyang malunggay sa area niya. Okay? Si Ma'am Banban, si Ma'am Siang. So lahat yan dapat may malunggay because the malunggay is life. Okay? Dapat meron tayo yan parati sa bahay. Okay? So, why I'm saying this is because in our own simple way, we need to do our part. We need to protect our area. Okay? Decreasing the exploitation of plants, trees, and forest cover. Events on rehabilitation and restoration such as planting and growing of trees must be conducted. So when we talk about the exploitations, the too much, andun yung kalakip siya. The too much of everything, the too much of our environmental, the raping of the environment for that matter. After that, what do we do? Okay? So again, if you don't feel that it's a crime to be doing so, tumingala ka sa taas. Tumingala, of course, pag tumingala ka sa taas man talaga, wala man talagang pababa. You look up there and you tell to yourself, Lord, This is all you have given us. But why is it that I am trying to destroy, not even doing something to protect and preserve? Yan lang ilagay mo sa isip mo. Okay? So I hope our dear students out there, we have to realize how great is our environment that keeps us support as we until now living very well. Okay? So do not exploit so much. Okay? Alam nyo ba, the moment you are going to, example, sa bahay, meron tayong sitwasyon na we are cleaning our surroundings. After cleaning our surroundings, yun namang na-clean natin are all biodegradables. Yung mga dry leaves, dry na trunks ng mga ng mga woods, ng mga puno. What do we always do? Ay, kay makita ko nesta, we burn it. Sunugo na to ni. Kay paggawas og labok. Don't you know that it's against the law to be burning anytime because you emit carbon dioxide. Papunta yun siya kaagad sa atmosphere. Kaya, tumataas na yung green gases natin. So, kung meron tayong sa barangay nyo, meron kayong 100 households, mga bahay-bahay. And lahat yan ngayon ay 50% of that will be burning every day. So my goodness, gaano kalaki na yung contribution nyo sa green gases natin up there that causes climate change. Okay? So I hope everybody, all of us should consider recycling. All of us consider that yung mga biodegradable na waste natin, meron tayo sa ating mga bahay, pwede natin yan siyang, sa Bisaya pa, ilata nato nasa usa ka lugar, mahimo pa na siyang fertilizer. Okay, do not burn right away. If we could control the situation not burning, especially sa bundok, yung mga slash and burn, yung mga, of course, with due respect to our kaingineros and kaingineras out there, hindi po talaga acceptable yun. Okay? And of course, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources have already issued that it's really bawal to to burn anytime. Yung magsusunog ka any time of the day, ay nako. So I hope you will not be fined of 5,000 if you will be caught. Pero I guess there was wala naman atang nanghuhuli kaya maraming nagsusunog. So I hope our friends from the DNR will have also its ways how to really impose this situation. Okay? So peace tayo from DNR. We will always be in support of you. Okay? So next, the number of power plants, fume-based gases and vehicles should decrease, especially in metro cities. This will reduce air pollutions. Wow! Okay, dito lang mismo sa Zamboanga City, my goodness, ang yaman ng Zamboanga. Ang yaman namin, ang dami ng sasakyan, ang traffic na. Don't you know that we are already having traffic jams? Of course, in Zamboanga City. And hindi na siya sinasabi nating during uwian. It's any time of the day. Meron tayong traffic congestion. Okay? So, I hope we also need to understand that walking and biking is also a very good a very good exercise and help to our environment. Okay? So, gawin natin 'yan. Ako naman paging sa gustong magpahiram ng mountain bike or bike para pwede akong magbike kasi wala pa ako bike. Joke lang. But of course, in every joke there's always a 50% truth about this. Okay, peace, Ma'am Banban. Okay, the protection of the environment should be the primary concern of everyone. So when we talk about primary concern, pareho lang yan siya sa ating pamilya. Our family is our primary concern. Pag wala yung family natin, definitely we will also be in bad light. We could always be in a bad situation. So pareho lang po yan. If our family exists in an area of course, there's the environment per se support the existence of our family. So pag hindi natin i-protect yung environment, then how could we also protect our family? Okay? Eto lang, ikaw, pagkatapos mong magluto, example lang, you don't know how to properly take good care of this situation. Sa Bisaya pa, labay lang ka dito, tapon dito, throw anywhere. Pagdating ng baha, especially those in the metropolis, anong sinasabi? Anak naman ang gobyerno natin. Anong ginagawa? Bakit baha na naman? Bakit nagbaha? Because the drainages are full of basura. Sino ba nagtatapon ng basura? Ay si gobyerno. Okay? Ang nagiging issue si gobyerno ang hindi gumagawa ng kanyang trabaho. Kawawa naman si garbage collector. Paano naman i-collect ni garbage collector yon kung yung tinapon mo naman ay diretso sa estero, diretso sa drainage? And of course, let us give this a due consideration. Our frontliners as far as the waste management are also human. They also need to protect themselves. For us, if kung tayo naman ay magtatapon ng basura, ilagay natin sa maayos na paraan. Do it in a nice way. Do it in a proper way, I mean. Okay? Actually, there are really lots of problems besides all of this. But we can always do something for ourselves. We can always do at least our simple way. Okay, mamaya we'll be talking about waste segregation. Of course, before I go further, I'd like also to extend a very thank you to Engineer Kia Pinheiro, who is also, she's listening now. My counterpart, my buddy in the environmental advocacies that we have. So, Ma'am Kia, thank you so much for the support, and I'll be using your slides for our waste management. Thank you so much, Ma'am Kia. Okay. What should we do? Okay, ito na yung cycle. Nandito yung awareness, attitude, and action towards environment education. When we talk about awareness, the word aware. Okay, lahat naman tayo ay dumaan sa English natin eh. Kahit ako hindi talaga ganun kagaling dyan. So when we talk about awareness, the root word there is aware. We need to be aware of the situation. We need to be aware always of our actions, and sometimes we always say, hindi man yung kel sabi, no sabi man yung kel, hindi ko man yun alam, I don't know, dili ko kabalo. Tanan lang ta. It's easy for us always to say all these things, but old enough to understand what is right or wrong, and old enough to understand that the moment we do something for our environment, it will always go back to us. Okay? So let us always be aware of our actions. Aware of the situations in your locality. Pag mainit, anong gagawin mo? Ay magplant tayo ng maraming puno. Para paglaki ng puno, yung anak ko at saka apo ko hindi na maiinitan. Okay? So and also, be aware that cutting of trees is not an everyday activity. You are not in privilege to be cutting trees. Kasi si puno, ando na before ka pa pinanganak. Anong ginagawa natin? Ay, putulin ko to kasi magkakaroon ako ng garden. Okay nga yun, magka-garden ka, pero si puno ando na, wag mo nang patayin si puno. Anong gagawin mo? Gawa ka ng garden, andun pa rin si puno. Okay, that is to be aware of the situation. Okay, the attitude. Pagdating na si attitude, ay nako, doon tayo nagkakatalo parati. Kasi sasabihin sa'yo, problema mo yan. Ikaw yung gumagawa, yung gusto mo eh. Ako itong gusto ko. So, the attitude. Do we have the right attitude to protect and preserve our environment? Or we are just doing it for the sake of, kasi sinabi ni Ma'am Banban, or sinabi ni Ma'am Tumanda, or sinabi ni, ni Sir Neil, na dapat daw ganito gawin. Hindi naman dapat kasi sinasabi eh. Dapat ginagawa na natin by heart and by mind. Because it's supposed to be always a day-to-day activity. Okay? Kung pwede lang of course, we need to enjoy with our environment. Alam ko, yung iba dyan are enjoying the rivers in the mountains. They are swimming anywhere. But sa Zamboanga City, can somebody swim in Camino Nuevo River? Can somebody swim anytime in sa gilid ng sewage system natin? Meron bang gumagawa nun? Kaya unfortunately kasi the CSCMST compound, especially the other side, andyan sa side lang namin yung sewage system ng Zamboanga City. Ito nga ang problema. The entire waste of the city dumadaan dyan. Even our very own fish pond is already nasa danger zone na siya. Kasi pag umuulan sa taas, lahat ng basura pababa. So dumadaan doon ngayon sa sewage system. So, papasok ngayon sa CSMST Fishman area. Ito pa yung masakit. I hope our friends who are doing their job there sa side ng area namin na binabaan nila yung at tinaasan or niliitan pala yung imbornal or yung drainage system natin na yung tubig galing ng Riondo coming from the sea hindi na pumapasok sa fish pa namin. Ayun, namamatay na si Mr. Bangus at saka si Miss Tilapia. Wala tayong magawa eh. The carbon dioxide is getting higher, so wala nang fresh water supply talaga kami. So paging the city government na yung gumagawa ng resettlement area doon ng mga bahay. Sana naman yung drainage doon na in-improve nyo daw. Ngayon po we are suffering our fish pond. We already told that to the contractor. O di ba? So para talaga kung anchorman na nananawagan sa mga who are in that service na dapat naman you think about us. So yun, anyway, so segue lang po yun. So that's the attitude. We always think about what will be if gagawin ko ito. So sa action, what can we do? What should be done? As students now, to our NSTP students who are listening now, ikaw, ano ba yung plano mo sa buhay for the environment? Huwag mo pong gawing rason na bata ka pa. Huwag mo pong gawing rason na ay hindi naman responsibilidad ko yan eh. Kami, dumaan na rin sa ganong klaseng sitwasyon. Ako naman, I would not say that I'm correct always. What I'm trying to say is that your daily activity will always be a part of what is happening to your surrounding. Kaya kung minsan naman being busy keeps us away from the situation. I love to grow plants but sometimes no more time, hindi rin nakagagawa. Pero ngayon, andyan lang tayo sa bahay to our students kasi hindi pa naman tayo nag-o-open ng school. Kung nasa bahay lang kayo, do the right thing. Plant, plant, and plant. Sir, wala po kaming lupa kasi nasa tubig yung bahay na meron namang ways paano. Kaya gawa ka ng garden on the pot. Okay? Then you will always appreciate how things will really be better. Okay? So, actually, meron din akong sikreto na we are supposed to be partnering with one of our warriors in the environment. But unfortunately, until now, hindi pa rin na ma-materialize. So, to Sir Munir, if you're listening, this is Mr. Trio. I hope we will be able to be partnering with you soon for our for our techno transfer on how we are going to make gardening enjoyable, beneficial in the situation that time. But of course, I am hands off to Sir Munir and the group and sa kanyang baby na who is very environmental sabihin pa natin an environmentalist in her early age. Okay? So good luck to the team, good luck to your group as always. Okay. Okay, knowledge gain a variety of experiences. Should gain a variety of experiences and acquire a basic understanding of the environment and its associated problems. So ito na yung sinasabi ng awareness, the knowledge that you should learn. Okay? Because pag meron ka ng information, you are aware of the situation, then you should also be gearing towards the situation. Kasi sometimes, in most cases, nagiging issue na hindi ko alam. Wala akong alam. Wala akong pakialam. So sana all hindi mangyayari sa'yo na in the future, you could always receive the kind of remarks. Okay? So alam mo na yan, I don't need to elaborate. The attitude, acquire a set of values and feelings of concern for the environment and the motivation for actively participating in environmental improvement and protection. Okay? Learn to love our environment. The value of our environment. Kasi it's our daily life. It's life. Actually, our environment is our life. Okay? So, acknowledge that fact. Pag walang isda, na-catch si fisherman, anong kakainin natin? Si farmer naman, pag hindi magiging masipag, anong gulay ang kakainin mo? Mga hog raisers natin, mga poultry farmers natin, anong gagawin pag wala? Okay? So always remember, but again, all this situation has its own ways for us to be able to value the environment. Pag may ginawa tayong improvement, dapat meron tayong sinasabi nating in support of that improvement. Huwag natin mahayaan na wala. Kasi pag bumalik sa atin yung ginawa natin, doon tayo masasaktan at magsasabi tayo na sana naman ginawa ko noon. Sana all. Sana naman minahal mo ako. Joke lang. Okay. So, medyo inspired ata ako ngayon. Anyway, so we participate in the action. Action towards the protection and preservation of our environment. To provide social groups and individuals with an opportunity to be actively involved at all levels working towards the resolution of environmental problems. Actually, it's a gigantic action. Ang sinasabi ko lang is, wag na tayong lumabas sa sarili nating area kung saan tayo ngayon. Okay? Let us see on the concerns of our environment within our immediate jurisdiction. Sa bahay natin. Yung wastage natin sa bahay, saan ba napupunta? Okay? Always consider that. So baka makasabi kayo na, grabe naman to si Sir Trio. Pati problema ng mundo sa amin binibigay. Okay, hindi na natin pag-uusapan yung malayo. Pag-usapan natin yung sariling bahay natin. Di ba? Sariling kwarto mo lang. Or hindi na muna sariling kwarto. Sariling katawan mo. Anong ginagawa mo? Because your body is your own environment within. Okay? So take note of that. Be aware. Okay? Yung sinasabi ko kanina on the environmental education, let's start it within ourselves. We need to be aware what we can do. We need to have the right attitude, the positive attitude, and we need to do actions towards it. Gusto mo maglinis ng kwarto mo, linisin mo. Okay? Gusto mong parati kang mabango, gawin mo. Okay? Huwag mo namang, of course, sinabi kong gawin mo pag mabango ka. Ay, nagbili ng perfume, nag-spray, mabango ka nga. Pag nainitan, mabaho ka na kasi hindi ka naligo. Pag naligo ka naman, learn to conserve water. Because fresh water is also scarcity, kulang na. May scarcity of fresh water na tayo ngayon. Okay? So sana naman we will learn to recycle water. Okay? So, but of course, again, it could always start in every way. Dahan-dahan may patutunguhan yung ginagawa natin. Okay? So, wag na tayong pumunta pa sa malaking aspeto ng environmental protection. Punta tayo sa sarili nating bahay. Okay? Do something. Be aware of the situation. Pag umuulan, parating nagbabaha. Do precautionary. Yung sinabi ko last time, di ba? All this situation happens. But what made it disastrous is because you are not prepared to this situation. It becomes disastrous because inayaan mo yung baha pumasok sa bahay mo. It becomes a risk factor because there is already that situation you have not acknowledged its risk. You take it for granted, then later on, it happened. So, naging disaster. Okay? So, take note of that always. Okay, so, participate actively in everything that you do to protect the environment. Yun ang sinasabi ko kanina ha. Please do not always burn at home. Yung nagwawalis kayo sa labas tapos lahat naman pala ay leaves or biodegradable, gawa kayo ng dumping site or dumping pit, Lahat ito ilagay nyo doon. Okay? Let it, ang sinasabi sa yung rotten. Gawin nyo siyang hayaan nyo lang siya mabulok sa sitwasyon na yan. Okay, but of course, pag hindi naman kakalkalin ng mga aso, pusa at lagyan nyo ng cover. Safety pa siya. Okay, that's one way for you to be able to have a compost pit. Okay, so take note on that, our dear students who are taking National Service Training Setup program now, who are listening now with us. Okay? So, eto, di ba gwapo? So, yung nakikita nyo sa live streaming natin. Ako yan. Yan ang aming Campus B or Site B namin. That's our environment in our Campus C. Campus B. Okay? Nakita nyo, very green, that those are our mangrove trees. Okay? So, yung birds, meron tayo dyan. If you would like, we are inviting our students. If you are already full vaccinated, then you can come and visit our bird sanctuary. Just PM me. PM me. Okay? So, yan ang aming ang aming mangrove forest wherein we are meron tayong, of course, nasa fish pond kasi siya. So, nakikita nyo. Okay? So, nakakalo na pero medyo ngayon walang buhok konti. Anyway, part pa rin yan siya ng pagiging mature. Okay. Our CSMSC Bird Sanctuary and Wetland Park, our ecotourism development site. Okay? So, nakikita nyo yung sa baba, meron tayong maliit na mga mangrove. Nakikita nyo sa kabila, andun na yung malalaki. Okay? So, this is our effort. Our effort to conserve our environment, our Campus B. Okay? So, if you could see those little birds flying, those are the Australian stilks. Okay? So, marami kayong makikitang birds dito sa school. That's why we invite you to come over early at 6 o'clock or late afternoon at 3 o'clock or 4. So, you'll be able to watch our birds. Of course, you need to, tell us first para at least we could also tell our guards. Kasi for now, because it's pandemic, we just don't allow anyone to get inside. But if there is prior information, then of course, we will always facilitate. Okay? Yan. So, there you go. Our birds watching area. Okay? So, actually, we have, before the pandemic, the site is already considered as an ecotourism site, both from the City Tourism Office and the Regional Office of the Department of Health. So, yung mga birds enthusiasts, our birds watcher all over the Philippines, who are coming to Zamboanga City, then they visit our bird sanctuary. Sayang hindi ko nilagay dito yung pictures I myself together with the candidates of Miss Earth. So we hosted I guess 8 of them coming from anywhere in the world. So sayang hindi ko nakita. But anyway, excuses made you not present better. Okay? So of course, we are happy to tell you na we also host international figures. Before, we hosted the 8 international birds watching. So, those birds enthusiasts all over the world, of course, through the Department of Tourism, visited ZSCMST Bird Sanctuary. And of course, the following year, because those international birds enthusiasts came over, dito naman din nila dinala si Miss Earth. Si Miss Earth not necessarily Miss Earth Philippines, but it's Miss Earth, the international search. Okay. So nakikita niyo yung puting birds. Hindi yan siya yung typical birds na nakikita niyo sa, although baka na rin sila na rin yon. But these are the egrets. So we have the 3 egrets, the great egrets, the primary egrets. I don't know. Kalimutan ko na. Basta accordingly to our friends from DNR and the Wild Birds Club of the Philippines, there are 5 species ng white egrets. Okay? Okay, we also have our mangrove forest trekking. Yung sinasabi ko, if Palawan has this, then soon, Zamboanga City will have it also. Kanina, before I started, nakita nyo in the aerial view how our mangroves are really growing. these are already the actual footage. Okay? Ito naman, these are some of the pictures I took when I host some of our friends who are coming over to Zamboanga State College, and they would like, to experience how we protect and preserve our environment. So we have our very own mangrove forest trekking. Okay, ito naman yung estero or the river cleanup before the pandemic. So during that time, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources have organized estero cleaning. So meron tayo din. Of course, you can see our students, our College of Maritime Education students and the rest of the colleges are with us in full force. Okay? We help clean the Camino Nuevo Estero. Okay? So, we will always be in support of that. But of course, we can only do less. If our community, if those who are living in the Estero will not do their part, then we cannot also go there and clean in behalf of them. That is uncalled for. That is how bad it is. Kayong nagbabasura, kami naglilinis. Eh di wow. Di ba? So dapat, we could help you, but you could also have to help yourselves. So I hope this time hindi naman ganun ata na, because I know the area is also being maintained well. Baka si Jerlo, tauwi ka naton. Si Marites, reganya ka naton. Okay, Jerlo? So, si Jerlo Rio. Of course, we would like to say hi to the father, Roger Rio. I hope you're doing well in Camino Nuevo. Cuidado, Sir Roger Rio. El de aton pies ali, por favor. Okay, so, the school also have its its part in cleaning our rivers, our estero. Okay? And of course, our community support. Okay? These are just part of it. Our students helping our community improve its area. That's how our students are trained off. Or of course, for now that you are still at home, so we cannot bring you to the world to show to the world how we support each other. Okay? So, bakit nilagay ko yung bougainvillea sa side? Because this is part of our project of our students before, when we asked them to bring bougainvillea in CSCMST. Zamboanga City is known to be the city of flower. Okay? So, for those who are in the provinces now that you have not yet visited Zamboanga City, still you can see bougainvillea anywhere. But of course, for those who are frequently visiting CSCMST, then you could see in our walls fronting the Port Pilar Shrine, the Port Pilar building, you could see our wall is with bougainvillea. That's part of our advocacy to bring back the glory of the city of flower. Okay, the bougainvillea is really an identity for Zamboanga City. So I hope then we will be really of support to the city. Of course, again, as what I made mention earlier in our talk, that Zamboanga City or Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology is a school forest within the city, the main city. Some people come over to visit our mangrove forest. They will say, ay, meron palang ganito dito sa heart of the city. Sabi ko, meron. Yan yung Zamboanga State College. Okay? For our mga de Zamboanga, Taki, Tauwi, if you would like to visit our area, just tell us. We will tour you around our site. And for those who were able to visit us before, then of course you can always come back. Okay? So again, these are part of our simple information campaign drive on how to educate our students on environmental protection. Okay? So we may not be doing the normal lecture series in the classrooms, or you will be writing something, but I hope while I'm talking here on air, you will be able to get already all these inputs. Okay? So, mas maigi yung ganito na hindi yung parati kayo nagsusulat. But what you have to do is to listen, to look at in our live streaming and understand what is supposed to be. Issue number 1 lang talaga ang sinasabi ko. Be aware, have the right attitude, and do the right action. Those 3 cycles will always be with you. And again, appreciate all of this not by mind but by heart. Because pag by mind lang yan siya, mawala yung enthusiasm. Pero pag andun na yung sa puso mo on how to help the environment, then it will always be a good factor for us. Okay? So I guess before I continue with our waste management lecture, I guess I would like to request for one song, please, from our support there, for us to be able to have a little, ano to. Okay, so again to our students, wag kayong mawala because I will be coming back in a while after one song, and we will be having our waste management lecture on that.
106.7 Marina News FM. Season na.
This is 106.7 Marino News FM, broadcasting from the heart of Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology.
106.7 Marino FM. Sisid na.
Ito ang Tunog Marino live broadcasting from ZSCMST Campus sa Zamboanga City. News, music, and entertainment. 106.7 Marino News FM. Marino News FM. Sisid na.
Okay, buenas tardes again. Good afternoon once again, everyone, and takiatay kita ara, our second leg of our lecture series on environmental protection. Of course, thank you so much, the National Service Training Program headed by our coordinator, Ma'am Reynelza Tumanda. Of course, to our faculty in the NSTP program, thank you so much for this opportunity. And of course, to our Marino News FM, to Sir DJ Dahay, our station manager. Thank you so much, sir, for letting us in this afternoon. And of course, to our college president as well, Dr. Jaime Gihalon, for the support always to all our activities. Okay? So again, before anything else, I would like to pass this announcement that on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, our school, the Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology, will join our national vaccination days. So this is in support of the national trust that we need to intensify vaccination to our populace. Of course, the SMST have reached its herd immunity, wherein majority, almost 98% of our faculty and staff are already vaccinated. And of course, we are intensifying also our encouragement to our students to please be vaccinated. That is why we opened the vaccination center purposely to support our students. Hindi lang kay aton estudyante, but to the family also of our students. That is why on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we will be waiting for you. What you have to do, be here before 8 o'clock. Ken pa na pamilya no'y paman vaccine. Kinsa pa wala na vaccine din ha sa mga estudyante nato iyang pamilya. Please come over on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Baka ben manadagit kita na Monday. So tsene pa kita Wednesday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Of course, Thursday and Friday is our second dose. For those who have their first dose already and they are scheduled for their second dose on Thursday and Friday, please come and join us because we experience that there are due for second dose who would not be able to come. So sayang. And those if ever you are not in your scheduled date for the second dose, please inform us, or kung saan kayo naman on the ustedes, asa mo dapit kung naay vaccination, please present your vaccination card and ask them to have your second dose already. Okay? So again, we encourage our students for them to be vaccinated. Before I came over to the station, we had a meeting together with our CHED Regional Director, Dr. Rudy Garcia, who gave us again a reminder that we can open our school for the limited face-to-face anytime within December and January if we are already prepared for the opening. Okay? So part of the requirements is that only students with full vaccination can join the limited face-to-face. So that's one of the major requirements. Of course, it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. It's just a choice. It's also a choice, for our students and the family. If you opted not to come to school, then you will inform us. Then we will be able to make arrangement. But because of the learning continuity plan, still the same. We still impose that scheme. Okay? But of course, we always encourage, because it's not because of the limited face-to-face classes, but it's also a protection to you and to your family. Okay? So please join us on that. Okay? So much so, here we go with our ecological solid waste management. Because this will always be a very good input for our students to protect our environment. Okay? So Republic Act 9003, which Ano to? Okay. This is the ecological solid waste management. Okay? So take note on that. Okay, who wants garbage? Can carry basura? Anyone? Pero wag mo namang ibasura ang pag-ibig ko sa'yo. Kasi masakit yon. Sa basura lang. Okay? Hugot 101, wag mong ibasura ang tao na nagmahal sa'yo. Kasi sure, babalikan mo siya at ibabasura ka rin. Peace! Okay, our present system of garbage management is garbage disposal and was not waste management. This is hakot and tambak system, also known as the collect and dump system, is not ecological. So these are the present situation. Again, these are something that we need to pay attention, although it's beyond our consideration, but we can always consider that. That is why if our waste is what we're saying is that biodegradable, so we don't need to throw that already in our garbage collectors, okay, who collects our garbages. What we have to do now is to do our dumping pit and do recyclables on that. Pwede siyang gawing ano ba? Anong ginagawa sa recyclable? Pwede natin siyang i-reuse. Magiging fertilizer. Okay, who generate garbage? Sino ba naman ang nagtatapon? So waste generation from schools, households, office, businesses, and other establishment, agriculture, hospital, and industries. Okay? These are the generators of waste. Okay. Environmental impacts of improper solid waste management. Okay, eto. Okay, is it familiar to your place also? To your areas? Merong mga dumps here and dumps there. Tapon here, tapon there. Ground and surface water contamination, local flooding, air pollution, release of greenhouse gases, and foul odor. Ito na lang muna sa foul odor. Wag muna natin hanapin yung sa taas. Pag may mabaho, you always complain. Onde bakat si Yede, asa pa yun yung baho? Knock, it's in your area. Pag mabaho yung area mo, you always do that. It's not anyone's fault. Okay, but I had this experience when my cousin who owns the Unispa, every day he passes his shop and he always complain. Ko sa Taasel Barangay, why did they allow the dumping of these garbages in front of his Unispa? Ay, yan mention gali, sorry, station manager. Yakeda pa kwan, yakeda pa plugging, of course. Anyway, kwan lang Kel, example Kel. Okay? So please, be responsible in throwing your garbage. Okay? Hindi Kel, dito yung sa basura, ponito na otro laukasa or na otro prente. I guess that's very improper. More so, uno Kel del mga consideration, that's major impact. But of course, you need to consider the contaminations of that if you do not properly throw your waste. Papasok na si ground and surface contamination. Okay? So, I hope our friends do I need to mention that there are barangays in the city na konti jutay lang ulan, baha diretso porque estangkaw el mga drainage del basura. Okay? So, local flooding yun entra, amagal tabla diretso, automatically you will always be saying, yan taniti lang, baha yaman diretso. So, porque Kel? Air pollution. So, when there's foul odor, there is also air pollution definitely. And the release of greenhouse gases. It may not look like white or what, but el calor di suyo mismo tan emit na emission, tan emis na tabula na aire. Automatically, it goes to the atmosphere and it contributes to the release of greenhouse gases. Again. Okay, on the health impact of improper solid waste management. Okay, eto na ang mga best friends natin. Okay, porke bagat malanga, porke bagat este akel. Then answer that. Answer. Ustedes se man answer si cosa sea sucede. Okay? Okay, health impacts again. So, murine, typhus fever. el mga cosa ta pwede saka. Infectious, jaundice or Wills disease, food poisoning, chorio tempo meningitis, and trichinosis. Okay? Here we could also get it from the flies or mga langaw, the summer diarrhea, tuberculosis, anthrax, ophthalmia, intestinal worms, and poliomeningitis, Okay? Okay, naipis, thyroid fever, diarrhea, dysentery, tuberculosis, anthrax, and food poisoning. Okay, nalamuk. Okay, malaria, yellow fever, elephantiasis, encephalitis, and dengue fever. And these are all connected to what? Todo sila taanda ng mga basura di aton. Okay? El raton, el ipis, el langaw, el lamuk. And these are also the impacts that they can bring to us if we don't do something. Okay, so let's talk about the milestone dates for our Republic Act 9003. Okay, in January 26, 2001, the approval of the Republic Act. In February 16, 2001, the effectivity of Republic Act 9003. Republic 9003 is the solid waste management. Okay, so take note on that. December 21, 2001, the signing of the IRR or the kasabay meaning del IRR. Okay, Akel. Of the Republic Act 9003. Olbida man nyo. Implementing rules and regulations. Halagayot. Makahuya. But anyway, the signing of the IRR of the Republic Act 9003. And on February 16, 2004, all open dump sites should have been closed or converted into or to control disposal facilities on Section 23. Okay, and on February 16, 2006, all controlled disposal facilities should be deemed closed and phased out. Again, that's still in Section 37. Okay, compliance with RA 9003. Okay, Section 21, segregation at source. What do you mean by that? Onde estaba el basura, dapat yan segregate ya. Causal segregation alya. Recyclable, biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and these are very simple. Nabubulok, di nabubulok, ikaw ang bulok. Ay, hindi pala. Yun lang yung dalawa. Okay? And the recyclables. When you talk about recyclables, pwede pang magamit. Okay? Ano ba yung pwede pang magamit? Yung mga plastic containers natin, that could still be used as another container. You maximize the use. Okay? So, take note of that. That is in Section 21 of the Republic Act. Okay, in Section 23, segregated collection. So, it means hindi dapat kinukuha yung unsegregated. That is supposed to be our responsibility. But I guess we need also to learn on how to be doing so. Pero in a way, siyempre weakness because the collections are not also being segregated. Yan segregate kita na kasa, pero liga tamen el collector, hindi tamen le segregated. So, hasta onde kita. But in any way, the law gave us all this responsibility. On Section 33, recovery recycling system. So, we need to have that. But again, what I'm trying to say here is, if we could note that certain waste still could be recycled, why do we need to throw it away? Okay? Especially now, ben manadagat mga plastic takaba, usa na di aton mga containers. Pwede ko na kalman recycle. So, plastic could be recycled, but plastic people should be throw away. Di ba? So, bato-bato sa langit, pag tinamaan ka, hindi ka na pwede ma-recycle. Okay. Okay, our dear students, I hope my joke is not as corny as you could feel. I am just trying to be a little bit light here. Of course, si Sir Dahay, our station manager, is really enjoying my corny jokes. Anyway, sige po. Okay, Section 37 is the closure conversion of open dump site to closed dump site again. So, I hope this is being done. Sa Zamboanga City ba, Aseaste, but I guess we still have our open dam site. Okay? Okay. So, CDF actually is controlled disposal facilities. Okay? And we also have our final disposal system. So actually, what we are trying to, what the law is stipulated are the developmental feature of the Republic Act, wherein it should not be controlled. It's not only be, it could not only be until then, but it should be on the final disposal as to a system itself. What do you mean by? It means pag tinapon natin yung mga waste natin, it could be more on a productive way. Hindi siya magiging detrimental to environment and to the people within the situation. So, pag ando na siya sa dam site na yan, nakuha na yung potential danger. Okay? So, it means that's the law. That's how our Republic Act protected our situation. Okay, comparative analysis between traditional method and ecological method of waste management. Okay, traditional method, we have waste generation, waste collection, transfer, and transport, and waste disposal. So, pag sinabi natin sa waste disposal, hanggang doon na lang. And then what's next? That's the traditional. I guess we, sorry to note, but I guess until now, we still use the traditional. They are still on that level. Okay, ecological method. When we talk about waste generation, we segregate for biodegradable and non-biodegradable. When we talk about biodegradable, pumapasok na si composting. Yung sinasabi ko kanina. Pag nagwawalas tayo sa labas ng bahay natin, wag natin sunugin. Do this composting. Gawin natin siyang fertilizer. Okay, for the non-biodegradable, pumapasok sa si recyclables and non-recyclables. When you talk about recyclable, papunta na siya ngayon sa MRF. Okay? Sa recovery. Pag ando naman sa non-recyclables, of course, papunta na siya sa disposal facilities. Wherein, ecologically, again, as what I made mention in a while, ando na, hindi na siya magiging waste totally, but of course, it will not be a danger to the environment. Okay. So, ano yun yung sinasabi yung MRF? The Resource Recovery Method. Okay. So, traditional waste, of course, eto na lang. Pag sinabi nating waste generation, 100%. Waste collection, 98%. Transport, 95%. Waste disposal, 90% pa rin. Okay, pagdating naman sa ecological method, pag sinabi natin waste generation, it's still 100%. Pag sinabi natin biodegradable and non-biodegradable, meron na siyang 50-50%. Pag ginawa na siyang composting, naging zero na yung biodegradable. Pagdating naman sa non-biodegradable, sa recyclable, naging 25%. Sa non-recyclable, naging 25%. Take note, from waste generation of 100%, ando na tayo sa 25%. So, pag sinabi na ando na siya sa MRF, it means that 25% is being recycled. It's being used. Pa sa non-recyclable, ando na sa disposal facility. So, waste collection, 24%, transfer and transport, 20%, and waste disposal, you see, nagkakaroon na lang tayo ng 20% from the 100% from the start. So, I guess what is better? I know it will not be that easy. And technically, we need really to have the right support, the right technology for this. Okay, institutional structure, of course, the National Solid Waste Management Commission, the policy making. We have the DNR, or the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, and the Environment Management Bureau. These are the technical support and enforcement. And we also have the local government units, the implementation, and the waste generators, the citizen. Tayo dito yan. Papunta tayo lahat sa Ecological Solid Waste Management Act. Yun na yung 9003. The role of the LGU, or the local government unit, primarily responsible for the implementation and enforcement of the provision of this act within their respective jurisdiction. Barangay level shall conduct segregation, collection of solid waste for biodegradable, compostable, and reusable waste. Municipality or city shall be responsible for the collection of the non-recyclable materials and special waste. Okay, creation of the following solid waste management board at the local government level. Okay, we have the provincial SWM board and the barangay SWM committee. So, Ecological Waste Management Act of 2000, we have mandatory segregation of the source, Section 21 RA 9003, mandatory segregation, Section 1, Rule 9 of the IRR. And we also have the mandatory waste diversion goal of at least 25% and the establishment of materials recovery facilities. Okay, so it means we need to do avoidance, reduce, reuse, recycle, we treat, and the residual management. Again, when we talk about residual management, it means eto na yung mga last points na dapat hindi natin siya pabayaan until such time that it should not be detrimental to the environment. Okay? Okay, about avoid generating waste. Practice the 3 R's. Ano yung 3 R's? Ricky, Roy, Roderick. Haha. Joke. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay? Okay, borrow, rent, or share items used frequently. Sell or donate goods. Okay? Avoid buying disposal goods such as throwaway or razor. Avoid the use of unnecessary packaging. Consider reusable items. Maintain and repair durable products. Reuse bags, containers, and reusable items. Okay. Okay, I'll just give you my very simple experience. When I go to supermarket, for example, I go to KCC. I always ask them, do you have this eco bag? When they said yes, okay, I buy. Of course, my friends knows that I'm an eco bag friendly. So, when they put that in my container, they will still use plastic. Then I told the bagger, porke pa to po ni plastic, iya kumprega na yung reusable bag para na yung mga plastic. Okay? So, just put all those things in the bag. Don't anymore put the plastic. Yung plastic ay tinatapon na yan. Yung mga taong plastic. Okay? Hindi yung nilalagay na plastic. So, wag na tayo do not anymore patronize plastic. Okay? Pag may plastic naman, Tupperware na lang para reusable. May hugot na naman. Sino kaya yon? Anyway. So, borrow, rent, or share items used infrequently. Okay, when you talk about borrow, rent, or share items used infrequently. Okay, so it means pag pwede namang hiramin na lang, wag na bumili. Pero pandemic time naman ngayon, so if not, wag na lang maghiram. Okay? Sell or donate goods instead of throwing them out. That's good. That's a very good, that's practicality. Okay? Pag hindi mo naman siyang ibebenta, i-donate mo na lang. Okay? So, salamat Ma'am Banban. Binibigyan ako ng tubig ni Ma'am Banban. Thank you. Okay. So, choose recyclable products and containers and recycle them. Yes, this is very practical. Sometimes, packaging means a lot. Sometimes, again, I'm one of those who are fan of looking at packaging at sinasabi parati, ay, eto bibilhin ko kasi pwede nating i-recycle yung container. Diba? So, that's very good. That's very effective. Pwede mong i-recycle yung container. Pero sa everyday mo na maginagawa, bumibili ka ng recyclable containers, later on, ang bahay mo mapuno ng recyclable. So, akala mo bahay mo ay recyclable house. Anyway, pag hindi mo na, pamigay mo na lang siya. and be thankful. Ay, salamat, nawalan ako ng recyclable item, binigay ko, akala niya. Sa kanya ko pala pinasa. Okay? So, take note on that. Select products made from recyclable materials. Okay? And composed biodegradable waste. Yun na yung sinasabi ko kanina. Always be practical on that. Okay, conceptual framework of RA 9003. Okay, biodegradable waste papunta sa MRF. Okay, so papunta naman ngayon sa ating mga gardens, farms. That's the barangay role. For the recyclables, of course, papunta pa rin sa materials recovery to facilities, yung MRF. Ngayon ko lang talaga nalaman, kanina tampa pa ako. MRF, Materials Recovery Facility, Dalekel. Okay, so sa barangay pa rin, the recyclable waste are being collected by the barangay and papunta siya sa junk shops or recycling plant. Okay. So pagdating naman sa special waste, I already I was not so sure really of what special waste are. These are actually the residuals of yung mga used oils and all other chemicals. Okay. So separate collection, schedule or use of compartmentalized vehicle. Okay, special waste, and after that we have the treater. Dapat tinitreat natin before siya tinatapon. Okay, actually this should be in a proper perspective. Hindi lang siya dapat tinatapon kahit saan-saan. Especially those used oil. Are you familiar to that situation na sometimes merong nare-report or nababasa natin sa newspaper? Nare-report sa news, sa radio na oil spills daw yung mga barko. So anong effect nun? Patay yung mga isda natin, patay yung biological aspect ng tubig because of the oil spills. Okay? So yun ang mga residuals. Sometimes, it becomes an accident. But again, it's still an irresponsible situation. So dapat sino yung gumagawa, nakagawa nun, whether accident or not accident, they need really to do repair. They need really to do their way how to recover. Okay? So meron namang iba, very irresponsible, tinatapon yung mga residuals. Okay? Meron din 'di ba na ano natin sa news na yung river, instead na puti or colorless yung tubig, nagiging orange, nagiging yellow. Saan yung galing? Because of the residuals of factory, residuals of technological plants and all that. So I hope, again, this could always be a caution. This should always be a reminder to development. Okay? Okay, solid waste composition. So we have all of these are technical. So hindi na natin to i-discuss further. Okay, compliance with RA 9003. So Section 1, segregation of source. The most indispensable elements of any effective ES program proven by the enactment of the ordinance that the mandates municipal waste, solid waste must be segregated at the source and place it at least 3 separate containers: the compostables, recyclables, and residuals. Compliant is monitored through the barangay level monitoring system. Okay. Issue. Ginagawa ba to? Is this seriously being done and being monitored? Okay, the segregation at the source. So meron naman, okay, ito yung segregation at the source. Ang daming MRF. Maganda yung epekto. Sana all na ginagawa and sana all na maintain, sana all na sustain natin. But again, going back to, we don't need to have this law for us to be able to be doing this, but we need to have it by heart in our respective areas. Okay? Household segregation at source. Ito yung sinasabi ko, sa bahay mismo natin, ginagawa natin. Okay, for companies and buildings, the PET bottles and aluminum cans, we have done that also before. And which before there are plastic shops who are buying it. Ngayon, wala na. Nainis na sila sa plastic. Hindi na nila binibili. So, sinong gusto ng plastic tao? Marami dyan. Huwag nyo na rin bilhin. Pabayaan nyo na lang. Okay? Sige. Sorting at source. Okay, provide easy segregation system at source Use of color-coded beams with pictures is recommended. System should be understood by children and to ensure that the adults are also understand. Okay. This is already evident. There are municipalities and cities who are doing this. Yung waste segregations and meron siyang color codings and all. Maganda. Actually, it's a very proactive situation as far as solid waste management. Ang punto lang doon ay tayo. We as humans, sometimes makita na natin andun na yung trash can, naka-identify na anong dapat itatapon, hindi pa rin tinatapon yung tama. Worse so, hindi talaga nagtatapon dun sa bin. Tinatapon lang kung saan-saan. My goodness, sometimes it becomes irritating to see them. Esepat, tansunod to uno jeep, tamurya to takome na jeep, yakabak toma di su soft drinks, siya buta lang el plastic apuera na grande di suyo trash can. Cosa daw kill el trash can di suyo. El road, alya lang buta con el plastic. My goodness, baligat saka con el plastic buta ulit na jeep. Tete na tricycle. And worst scenario ese mga tsene kotse. Okay. Bato-bato sa langit, pagtamaan, dapat sana kayo magalit. Tingnan mo, kumakain na kayo sa loob ng kotse nyo, tinatapon nyo pa sa labas yung basura. Why not keep it in your car and after that when you reach home, you throw it in the right bin? Or sunukere man, pagdaan nyo saan yung kalye na merong bin, doon nyo itapon. Huwag kayong magtapon kahit saan-saan and you tell that to your children as well. At sinasabi ay bata man intende lang, my goodness. Ginagawa nga ng bata, kinukonsinti mo naman matanda, sino gago dun? Okay. Sige. So again, sorting at the source again is part of the law. So I hope this will also be considered. Okay, to our students who are listening now, if you will not be able to get this right now, plus be considered on consider the RA, the Republic Act 9003. Okay, tamang paghihiwalay ng basura. Okay, compostables, recyclables, special waste, and non-recyclables and residuals. Okay? Okay, compostable waste. Compostable waste are biodegradable waste such as food waste, garden waste, and animal waste. Example, fruits, vegetables, peelings, leftover foods, vegetable trims, fish, fowl, meat, animal, entrails. Ano yung entrails? Yung mga cuttings ng animal, yung mga isda, yung mga sa chicken and all. The short shells, the seeds, leaves, etc. and anything. Okay? Pwede mo to siyang gawing biodegradable waste na nagiging compost, nagiging fertilizer. Okay? Okay, andito naman yung recyclable waste. Recyclable waste or recyclable materials refers to any waste materials retrieved from the waste stream and free from contamination that can still be converted into suitable beneficial use. Newspaper, ferrous and non-ferrous scrap metals, corrugated cardboards, aluminum tin cans, and glass paper, and etc. Special waste. Special waste refers for household hazardous waste. Example, paints, thinner, household batteries, lead acid batteries, spray containers, bulky waste containers, consumer electronics, referring to worn out, broken, and other discarded items. White goods, which refers to large, worn out, or broken household appliances, oil, tires, and etc. Okay, akal mga TV hindi ata usa. Electric pan hindi ata usa. What will happen to that? That will be considered as special waste. Residual waste. Residual waste are solid waste materials that are non-compostable and non-recyclable. Example, sanitary napkins, disposable diapers, worn out rugs, ceramics, candy wrappers, sachets, cartons. Cosas like cartoon characters, or carton box. So cartons which contain a plastic lining usually used for milk and juice containers. Okay. CNL blanco adentro. Okay? So these are residual waste. Okay, for plastics, plastic is an essential component of numerous consumer products. However, not every kind of plastic is the same. In 1988, the Society of Plastic Industry established a classification system to help consumers and recyclers properly recycle and dispose of each different types based on its chemical makeup. Today, manufacturers follow a coding system and place a number or an SPI code on each plastic product, usually molded into the bottoms. Okay, so take note, our dear students, that there are considerations. There are harmful and non-harmful for that. Okay, for the PET or the polyethylene, terephthalate. Grabe. Okay, anyway, sometimes absorbs odors and flavors from foods and drinks that are stored in them. Items made from these plastics are commonly recycled. Plastic is used to make many common household items like beverage, bottles, medicine jars, rope, or clothing and carpet fiber. Okay, for the high-density polyethylene, products are very safe and are not known to transmit any chemicals into foods or drinks. Okay? Products as commonly recycled. Items made from the plastic includes containers for milk, motor oil, shampoo, conditioner, soap, bottles, detergent, and bleaches. It is never safe to reuse an PE bottle as a food or drink container if it didn't originally contain food or drink. Definitely, okay, the high density polyethylene. So nilagyan mo ng Clorox, lalagyan mo ba siya ng tubig? Hindi naman. Very obvious. Okay, the PVC, yung sinasabi nating PVC pipe, is sometimes recyclable. PVC is used for all kinds of pipes and tiles, but is most commonly found in plumbing pipes. The kind of plastic should not come in contact with food items as it can be harmful if ingested. Pag nakain mo naman, pero pag dumaan lang yung tubig, kasi ang PVC pipe are used in our for the passage of our water, So hindi naman siya. And the low density polyethylene is sometimes recyclable. It is a very healthy plastic that tends to be both durable and flexible. Items such as cling film, sandwich bags, squeezable bottles, and plastic groceries bags are made from LDPE. Okay. Ito na yung mga plastic natin na ginagamit sa mga supermarkets natin. And the polypropylene is occasionally recycled. PP is strong and can usually withstand higher temperature. It is used to make lunchbox, margarine containers, yogurt pops, syrup bottles, prescription bottles. Plastic bottles, cups are often made from PP. Okay. So, ito na yung mga nilalagyan ng mga, yung ginagamit natin na hard plastics in our normal terms na pwede natin siyang i-reusable. Pero meron siyang tanning, there's only a specific date for that. And the PP is also commonly recycled but it is difficult to do. Items such as disposable coffee cups, plastic food boxes, plastic cutlery, and packing foam are made from PS. Sometimes we do recycle. Kasi taabla sayang tamin disposable spoon. But again, meron lang siyang lifespan. Okay, and others, Code 7 is used to designate miscellaneous types of plastic not defined by other 6 codes. The polycarbonate and the polylactide are included in this category. These types of plastics are difficult to recycle. Polycarbonate PC is used in baby bottles, compact dishes, and other medical storage container. Okay, very prominent yung mga CD natin before. Pwede naman siyang i-recycle as decorative factor. Pwede nga before, ginagawa siyang gown. Okay, nung nanonood ng mga pageant, ang dami niyan. Si Jerlo Rio is very good at that. Okay? Compliance with RA 9003, Section 23, Segregation Collection. This is the backbone of any effective ESWM program. Ground level enforcement method through no segregation, no collection. Proven through the same ordinance for Section 21 but capable of ground verification. Separate days and or hours, separate trucks or chambers. Socio-civic trust fund for the maintenance of garbage collection trucks to ensure efficiency of collection and preservation of prevention of backslides. Actually, this is very, sinasabi natin, very practical. So, if you are not going to segregate it, then wala namang magko-collect sa'yo. Okay? So, segregated collection village level. So, meron naman siyang sinasabi nating day and time. Segregated collection community collection. Dapat ganito. Hindi yung kahit saan-saan na nilalagay yung mga basura. Of course, everybody could see that. Even in our... Actually, this is prominent early morning. Okay, porque walang tao nakakita sa kanila magdump ng basura doon ng alas 11, alas 12. Okay? So, pagkabukas, alaman niya na, talyal basura, onde-onde lang. Pati si napkin, pati si diaper, onde-onde lang. Okay, the SWM situationer. Okay, collection approximately 5.54 million is spent annually on collection of disposal of solid waste. In 2001, from 5 to 24% of the total expenditure of the LGUs went to SWM. Ganon kalaki Based on survey conducted by the National Demographic and Health, 30% of the household has access to waste collection at a varying frequencies. Okay, segregated destination, urban poor community approach. Materials recovery facility in every barangay or cluster of the barangays. Again, prominente talaga yung MRF. Kahit saan ka magpunta, sometimes andun pa yung lalagyan, wala na yung building, wala na yung maliit na bahay-bahay niya. So, ang point lang doon, is it sustainable? Does it really function its purpose? Or for the sake of compliance? That's another issue. Okay, two main physical components of an MRF. Okay? Composting area or eco shed or waste warehouse. Okay, so we have here in Santa Cruz, Zamboanga City. We also have here in Barangay Cogon and Barangay Biasong. Okay, these are sample of the Material Recovery Facility or the MRF. Okay, still for our students who are watching the live stream, so you can see these pictures. Okay, immediate sale of recyclables. Yung mga pwedeng mabili, di ba? Na-mention ko kanina, the PET bottles are being sold before and they're buying it. But for now, I don't think so they're still buying it because marami na talagang PET bottles anywhere. Segregated destination management or compostable or biodegradable materials. Compostable waste need not leave the house. These are many practical ways of managing compostable waste. Okay, how do we do that? We do our own compost pit at home. Okay? Meron nga silang sinasabi, backyard compost pit. Libingan ng mga basura. Ay, ang sakit. Basura ka na nga, nilibing ka pa. Wow. Okay, tower tires. Ito yung mga tires na hindi na nagagamit. Di ba? Sometimes ginagawang upuan. Ito naman ginagawang, pwede siyang tamnan. Okay? Pwede on the key, pwede syembra, mga gulay, di aton. Okay, bottomless composters. Yan, ito yung mga containers ng mga prutas. Di ba? Pwede natin siyang gamitin and later on, sa baba naman siya, pwede siyang magdire-diretso na. Bottomless eh. It means wala siyang base. Okay? Okay, so meron din tayong composting in clay pots. Hanging containers composting. Okay? We also have our vermicomposting. To improve the quality of compost, it may be fed to vermiworms and the manure is collected as vermicash. This process produces the best quality organic soil container which is practiced in many parts of the world. Lalagyan mo siya ng worm to make it more productive ang iyong composting. Large-scale MRF operation. If the city goes into large scale of MRFs, then the use of machine will have to come in. There are also several local technologies available for rapid composting and other alternative technologies to manage biodegradable materials. Okay? So, pwede naman siya. If the city or your municipality is very much serious about investment, then definitely this could always solve the problem of our waste or our garbages. Okay, large-scale MRF operation, we have the marketing of compost. Ito na yan, binibenta na ngayon yung mga products natin. Basic organic agriculture. Ecological waste management will eventually lead to organic agriculture. Compost may be used directly for planting organic vegetables and fruits. There is a large and top local demand for compost. Okay. Okay, more segregation. These are all technical. Okay, the solid waste management evolution. Open dam site to control disposal facility now to categorize sanitary landfill. Landfill. When you talk about landfill, it means kung saan dapat tinatapon. So, management of residuals and final disposal sites. Eto na. Closure and rehabilitation of all open and controlled dam sites. Establishment of a categorized sanitary landfill and or use of alternative technology management of residual waste. So we have here the Quezon City Controlled Disposal Facility. They have one. So application and maintenance of soil cover. Okay, the open dam sites. Actually, this is very, hindi lang sa pamalakihan to, kahit sa mga bahay natin, meron tayong mga open dam sites. Okay, I hope our open dam site in the school, we are almost done with our, ang sinasabi natin, yung nilalagay namin yun siya for us to be able to cover those holes. O at least it took dalawang options yun siya, dalawang reasons why. Okay. We also have the sanitary landfill. Actually, what we are showing you on the screen are all the samples. Recycling our organic waste products back to the earth where they belong is not just a good idea. It is a law of nature that we must not violate. Okay? So let me read this again. Recycling our organic waste products back to the earth where they belong is not just a good idea. It is a law of nature that we must not violate. From dust to dust. With that, that's the end of my slides. Again, to our listeners, from the day one of our discussions on disaster risk reduction management, I'm hoping that you got vital inputs. Now, ito na yung sinasabi natin, a specialized one on education as to the environment, as we protect the environment. So, let me reiterate this last. Know all of this by heart. Appreciate all of this by heart. Because if you appreciate it by heart, kahit wala na yung NSTP, wala na si Sir Trio, wala na yung CSCMST, kahit saan pa kayo pumunta, nag-asawa na, nagkaanak na, nagkaapo na, you will always remember and do all these things automatically. Hindi na siya dapat sinasabi, ginagawa na. Kasi na-appreciate na natin by heart. So that's the value of protecting our environment. It's not because you are asked to, but it's because it is the right thing to do. Okay? So with that, this is your Dean of the Student Affairs and Academic Services of the Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology. Once again, invites everyone in Zamboanga City, our beloved students, to be vaccinated. Protect yourself, protect your family, and on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that is November 29, November 30, and December 1, CSC MST is in support of the National Vaccination Days. The CSC MST Vaccination Center is open. And of course, I would like to extend appreciation to our very brave frontliners, to our team, to the vaccination team of the CSCMST, and of course to all of our staff and to the heads of our staffs in their immediate units, which they allow their secretaries, their staff, and of course the unit heads as well. Thank you so much for allowing us to operate, because without your support, definitely pag Rabiao El unit head, kilaya man yung trabaha, di ba? And of course, with the blessing of our college president as well, our vice presidents, and all the college deans. Thank you so much for all the support. And again, I would like to request our program advisors as well to double monitor our students. Again, this is not mandatory for them to be vaccinated, but at least we should know their status. That's the most that we can do. We have to know their status so that we could account them and we could know our status as to the vaccination. But if they're willing to be vaccinated, if they would like to bring their family on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, please tell them to come over to CSMST, present their ID, and they will be prioritized. And to our first year students and some other students who do not have their IDs first yet until now, so of course we have our appointment basis for your ID. But if you still don't have your ID, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, just bring your COR or your certificate of registration. Present it to the guard and you will be allowed to come in for vaccination. Okay? So with that, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the National Service Training Program of the Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology, headed by our very energetic and very much able Ma'am Reynelsa Tumanda, the NSTP coordinator, of course, to Sir Neil, who is with us always and in support of this endeavor. Sir Neil, thank you so much. And of course, thank you so much to Marino News FM. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be in a way as an anchor for at least 2 hours. This is actually my second Saturday, and I'm very happy to be always be here. And again, hopefully soon that our segment for the student affairs will be, we are ready to sit down and to have a talk with our students on that. We will be in support to that. Again, to our students who are still with us, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be of service to you on air. We love you to be here in school. For now, this is the most that we can to take to connect with you, and we will always be of great support to you. Please always connect with our CSCMST page. Please always connect with our student affairs page, our guidance counselor, guidance and testing office page, and please also connect with our admission and scholarship page also. And if you have also concern as to the registrar or any other concerns, please email them at the registrar, and you can always click our ZSCMST page, our homepage on that level. Okay? Just Google ZSMST and bibigyan ka na lahat ng anong information dun. Okay? But of course, your direct link is also, as always, your program advisors and your teachers. Okay? So with that, muy buenas tardes a todos. Thank you so much, everyone. Dagang salamat, magsukul, and of course, be safe always. And hope to see all of you soon in our very own Zamboanga State College Marine Sciences and Technology. And once again, this is Roderick Tuco Trio, saying muchísimas gracias, thank you so much, and good afternoon, Zamboanga State College of Marine Science and Technology. Good afternoon, Zamboanga City, and good afternoon, Zamboanga Peninsula. Bye-bye!
This is 106.7 Marino News FM, broadcasting from the heart of Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology.